Welcome to the next video in the series of MATLAB and its applications. The last video we have discussed about the MATLAB user interface with different options and different windows in the main MATLAB window. So all those things we have discussed it. So now in this video we are going to see the basic things in the MATLAB on how to create the data in the MATLAB. That means whenever you are going to write any type of programs in the MATLAB, you need some data, you need some operations to do it on the particular type of data. So either it is the data taken from the outside physical systems or the data you are going to use it in the mathematical equations. Whatever it may be, you are going to process it. So the creating the data is more useful or more important in the MATLAB. So whatever the data you are going to create in the MATLAB, as we discussed, every data will be stored in the form of a matrix form in the MATLAB. So either you can give a single value or a multiple values. All those values are stored in the matrix form. So all this data, whatever the programming concept you are using, either a MATLAB or C or C++ or Python, whatever you are using the programming language, the data you are going to store in that particular programming language or the data storing in a memory should have some address or should have some name for that particular data. So to retrieve it or to store it. So whatever the data you are going to store in that particular name, that is nothing but a variable. So a variable is a name given to the particular data which you have stored in that program. So here whatever the variables you are going to create are nothing but arrays. So in the MATLAB, whatever the data you are going to create, you can call it as an array. So an array is a variable which holds one or more data. So that means you can create a one variable or multiple variable, whatever it may be. So you can call it the data as an array. So here in the MATLAB, we are going to enter the data in different ways or get the data into the MATLAB in different ways. So one way is nothing but importing the data externally from the different files, like as we discussed, you can import the data by using this option from the Excel file or text file or .mat files. So that means the MATLAB extension files. So all those data files we can import and we can retrieve the data into the MATLAB and you can work on it. So one of the type is there, and the next one is you can create your own data in the MATLAB itself to by writing the different instructions or by defining the variables itself to the different types of data. So we have two types of ways in the MATLAB to create the data. So one is the importing the data from the external files, and another one is creating the data manually in the MATLAB itself by using the defining variable defining instructions and MATLAB commands. Okay. So now the data, whenever you are going to create the data, as we discussed, the data itself is an array, but the array is having a different types. So the three different types are nothing but scalar, vectors and matrix forms. So scalar is nothing but a one value variable. That means you can create only the one value in a particular variable. So that means we will call it as a one by one matrix, the MATLAB. So only one value can be stored in the variable, that is called a scalar. But when you are coming to the vector, a vector can be divided into two types. One is a row vector and another one is the column vector. So in the row vector, you have only one row and different number of columns. That means you can create a matrix form of 1 by n matrix. So you can create only one row vector with a different number of values in the different columns. Next, when you are going for the column vector, you can create n number of rows and one with one column. That means n by 1 matrix. So in this one, you can store the different values in different rows with only one column. Okay. So that is the difference between the row vector and the column vector. And apart from this, you can create the full matrix with the combination of row vector and column vectors. So in the matrix form, whenever you are entering the data, you can create the data in m number of rows in and n number of columns. That means you can create m by n matrix form. So you can store any number of values in the matrix form. So like this, we can create the data in the MATLAB by using different types of data types, that is called scalar type, vector type, and matrix forms. So whatever the data you are going to create in the MATLAB, so all those data will be created in this type of forms, and all those things we can call it as an arrays. So scalar is an array, vector is an array, and matrix what we are creating the data is also an array. So now we know how to create how we can be created in the data into the MATLAB. So now if we want to create a vector or a scalar, let's say for example we already discussed the scalar. So scalar is a single value, so we will see first how we can create the scalar. So just we have to define the variable first, or to write the instruction. So as I told you in the last video, we can write the instructions, or we can define the variables in the command window, or otherwise you have a dedicated editor to write a particular or separate program in the MATLAB. So now presently for our ease of use, I am going to write the instructions in the command window, and in the later videos we are going to slowly move on to the editor, and we will see how we can write the full programs, and how we can edit, and how we can run the programs in the editors. Okay? So but up to now, by this video we are going to just see how we can enter the commands, how we can create the data in the command window, and how we can modify that particular data in the MATLAB. So let's say first we will see how we can create the scalar values. So as I told you, scalar is a one value. So I will just create a one variable a is equal to. So I will just give a value to this variable. Let's say 3, and you can press enter whenever you want to see this instruction has to be executed, or you have to run this instruction. Simply press enter. So then whenever you press the enter, the result will be shown in the command window itself, and also whatever the variables you are going to define in the command window, as I told you, that variable will be reflected into the workspace here. So you can see the variable and the data which was stored in that particular variable. So here the data has been given as a 3, and 3 is stored in the variable name called a. And what is this matrix form? What is the size of this value? Say 1 by 1. So this is also a matrix form, but it is a scalar, only one value. So it's a 1 by 1 matrix. That means one row, one column matrix. That means having only one value. So like this you can create a scalar values. So any number of scalar variables you can create it, and you can't use the same variable name. For suppose if I am using the same variable name a is equal to 4, then what will happen? Whatever you have created before a is equal to 3 will be overwrite, and it will show you the recent value, that is 4. So whenever you are going to create the variables, you have to be very careful that whether you want to use the same data, or you want to change that particular data which you have created in the previous steps. Okay? So you have to be taken care of whenever you are creating the different types of variables. And for suppose if I am creating a, capital A is equal to, again I will give 5, and now press enter. Now you see here the data in the previous variable a, small letter a, is not overwritten. So it was creating another variable a, and it was storing the value 5. Means the MATLAB is a case sensitive. That means the capital letters and small letters are different in the MATLAB. So you can use any number of different types of, you can create any number of different types of variables in the MATLAB. So by using the different types of letters. So you have to be very careful that whenever you are choosing the variable names, you have to be very careful to see how you are choosing the variable names. Okay, so because the MATLAB is a case sensitive programming. Okay, so like this, by using the different types of steps, we can create the scalars, okay, a single value matrix. And as I shown you in the last video, here whenever I am entering the commands, what is happening here? The command window is fully occupied with the different types of instructions. So whenever I am going like this, what will happen? The instructions will go down completely. So I have to clear the previous instructions. So what I told you, the option is we can clear the command window by using this option, or otherwise you have a different command called it as CLC. So that means clear screen. So or CLC means clear command window. So whenever you are entering the CLC, whenever you are entering the command CLC, what will happen? The complete command window will be cleared, but the variables what you have created before will not be cleared. So it will be stored in the workspace itself. That means you can retrieve anytime. That means, let's say for example I want A, so then I will just press enter, simply enter the A and press enter. So therefore you will get the data, whatever the data which is present in the A variable was stored previously will be retrieved in the command window. So even you can create A. So like this you can retrieve the data in the command window, whatever you have created before previous programs. The data will be stored in the workspace, and you can get the data again back to the program by using the directly simply entering the variable names. So like this you can use these commands to clear this. So we have seen the commands, and also there is another useful instruction is there here. When I press the arrows, for suppose if I am putting this cursor here, so when you press the up arrow or down arrow, up arrows, so what will happen? You will see whatever the instructions you have entered before, all those instructions will be seen here. So I have created a different types of, I have entered the different types of instructions in the command window. So all these instructions you can see by just clicking the arrow, and you can enter it. So like this we have a different options to get an easy way of getting the data in the MATLAB. So like this we can create the scalar. Now we will go for the row vector. So as I told you, vector is can be created in two ways. One is the row vector and another one is the column vector. So scalar is simply a single value, so there is no more instructions to follow or more steps to follow to enter the data. But whenever you are going to entering the data in multiple values, then you have some different process or different commands to follow. So whenever you are entering the multiple values, so all those multiple values should be entered in square brackets. So let's say for suppose I can create a b is equal to, so I will open the square brackets and I will enter a single value like a scalar before, and I will just enter. Now you see whatever I entered previously, the scalar value, I written b is equal to 2 directly without the brackets, but now I created the brackets, but these brackets will have no effect on the variable creation, okay, or data value creation in the scalars. Okay, so in the scalar, whether you put the brackets or you can directly give the value, there is no difference. But if you are doing the same thing in the vectors, so it will show you some errors and it will create problems in the program. So whenever you are creating the vector, so let's say I am going to create a vector, row vector. So I will just open the brackets, square brackets. Now I have to create the row vector. So as I told you, row vector is having a one row with different columns. So now I will enter different values in this variable name c. So 1, 3, 4 with spaces. Okay, so whatever the multiple values you are going to enter in the square brackets has to be entered with spaces. Okay, so space, if you are giving the spaces, means all the values will be stored in the C in the as a form of row vector, that means in a single row. Okay, so if I press enter, now you can see the value. So 1, 3, 4. So it is a dimension which is having 1 by 3. Okay, so that means one row, three columns. So one row with three columns. So one, two, three, three columns. Okay, so like this we can create the row vector. So this is a row vector. Okay, so only one number of rows and different number of columns. Okay, and even though we have another option to create the row vector, so d equal to square brackets, so I will create another vector 2 comma 4 comma 5. Okay, so I will press enter. Now again you can see, so the first operation, the first command what I entered defining the variable one with spaces, and the second command which I am entering with commas. So both instructions are having the same effect on the output. That means the both instructions will create the row vectors with different columns. Okay, so that means whenever you are creating the rows or whenever you are entering the data or values in different rows, sorry, whenever you are entering the values in the rows, the row matrix, then you have to create by using the spaces or commas. So now when you are creating the column vector, so I will go with capital C. So I want to create a column vector. So as I told you, column vector is nothing but we will be having a different rows with only a single column. So how we can define is, we can open the square brackets same as before, and now I am going to enter the values, let's say 1 with semicolon in between the different values. Okay, so now you can enter this. Now you can see 1, 5, 8. That means we have only one column with the different rows. So first row, second row, third row. So that means your matrix is nothing but now 3 by 1. Okay, that means 3 rows and 1 column matrix. So this is the column vector. So like this we can create the columns. So whenever you are creating the column vector, you have to use the semicolons between the data, right? So like this we can create the row vectors and the column vectors. So now we have seen all these things, so just I want to clear this command window. So next we are going to see how to enter the complete matrix. That means a combination of a row and different columns. So I will create another variable d, capital D. So capital D and small d is difference. As I told you, MATLAB is a case sensitive programming. So capital D square brackets. Now I want to create a 2 by 2 matrix. That means 2 rows, 2 columns. Okay, so how I am going to create it? So as I told you, whenever I am going to create a row, I have to use space or comma, and whenever I need column, different column, then I need to use semicolon between this. So let's say for example I will create 2 by 2. So I need two elements in the single row, so I am using spaces and colon, semicolon. So that means I need to go for the second column and I will create another row. So 3, 4. Now here now we can see, so the d variable is storing the complete matrix. So 1, 2, this is a single row, that's why a row vector. So this is one row vector and this is another row vector, and this is a column. 1, 3 is a column, 2, 4 is a column, right? So we have a total 2 by 2 matrix. You can see here in the workspace. So the d variable has been created, capital D, and it is shown as the matrix size 2 by 2 matrix. That means 1, 2, 3, 4. So like this you can create the different matrices. So now let's say we will create another matrix is equal to, so open the square brackets. So let's say we can create 3 by 2. That means 3 rows and 2 columns. So how we can create? So first row. So first row you have to create 1, 2. So I have to go for column and second row. Say 3, 5, 6. So now you can enter. Now you can see. So we have created 3 rows and 2 columns. Okay, so like this, that means you how many semicolons you have seen here? 2 semicolons. That means you can create the 2 different columns with the 2 like 3 different rows and 2 columns. You can see here 3 by 2 matrix. So like this, you can create a different data, the MATLAB, and you can save the data in the workspace itself in the MATLAB. To retrieve again, you can retrieve the data and you can use the program. So like this, we can create the different types of data in the MATLAB, that is a scalar, row vector, column vector, and matrix form. So if you know how to, if you understand how you can create the data, then you can easily write the programs and you can easily process the data in the MATLAB. Okay. Now let's say, for example, if you want to change the data, so what is the process of changing the data is directly you can create the variable. So let's say d already variable has been created, so it is having 1 2 3 4. Now I want to change the fourth element, so I want to change the fourth. So what I will do, I will just click the up arrow and I will go for the d, and simply I will change the last element, okay, in the d. So like this you can modify the data whatever you entered before. So you can create before the data d, the variable d, and again you are changing that particular data. Or if you don't want to enter the command, so you can just simply double click this d in the workspace. So just you can double click this d in the workspace, so it will open you the variable editor. So in this one you can directly change whatever you like. So I will change here different variables. Okay. So I have changed the data in the d variable directly by using the double clicking the d, and you can change the data in the variable editor itself. And whenever you are changing the data, you can see the changes in the workspace also. Okay, so I changed it to 2638 and you can directly close it. Now you can retrieve the data. So what I can do, I can just enter the letter d and I will press enter. Now you see, before I created the data as 1237, but now the data has been changed. So like this you can manipulate and create the data as you like in the MATLAB in an easy way. Okay, so like this you can create the different types of data. Let's say, for suppose if you don't know what is the data available in that particular value, then you have to present as a not a number. Let's say for suppose I am creating capital E. I will just clear this command window. Capital E equal to square brackets, so 1, and for suppose this data I don't know what I want to give. So what I have to do is I will just left it like this, okay, and put a colon and I will give like this. Okay, we will see what will happen here. Now you can see here, so this data I am giving is 1, and I am creating actually a 2 by 2 matrix. So in the 2 by 2 matrix we need 4 values. So whenever I forgetting to enter the one value, so what is happening, dimensions of the arrays being concatenated are not consistent. So that means it's not matching, the dimensions in the matrix are not matching. So in this type of things, what I can do, I don't want to give the data in that particular space, So what I will do, I will just create NaN colon 2 and 2. Now you can see it will simply create the data without the number. So NaN is nothing but not a number. Not a number means there is no number in that particular place in that matrix. So that means in that matrix we have only how many values? Only 3 values. So another value is not a number. So like this you can create uh, the matrices also without the numbers or without the values in that particular place. Okay, so like this we have a different types of options to create the data and to manipulate the data in the MATLAB. So in the next video we are going to see how we are going to import the data. That means whatever the data created in this MATLAB, how we are going to write it into the external files, and how we are going to import that data in the external file to the MATLAB. So all those things we are going to see in the next video. Okay, thank you.